Hey everyone, welcome to KyleofAsgard. I'm your host, Kyle, in case you couldn't put that together yourself. Today we're going to be taking the Creality Ender 3 and we're going to be making it silent for about $20 US. Getting straight into it, we're going to be taking the Creality Ender 3 and upgrading it with the Makerbase E3D 32-bit board. If you're in New Zealand, this will cost about $34.60 to buy this through AliExpress. There'll be a link in the description, don't worry. And about $20 to $23 US depending. So when it comes to 3D printers, most people will know that the two main sources of noise come from the fans or the stepper drivers. And this causes a lot of irritation when it comes to high frequency noises, buzzing, whirring, you know, anything like that that can cause, well, fuck you. DC 14 volt, what the fuck is this shit? What? These are not the same size. All the same. God damn it! Oh, for fuck's sake, it's moving around the right way. 22 volts. What? This motherfucker is hauling ass. Well, I don't have a 14 volt fucking fan, so... The fuck are you still attached to? Oh, god damn it. This fucking fan doesn't even start! Oh. Holy Father and the fucking hunt of a ghost. Forgive me for what I'm about to do. That took so much longer than I wanted to spend on this entire video just to fix that fucking power supply fan. Oh. Moving forward. Big thank you to Makerbase for sending out the E3D board and a touchscreen. Right, so moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking the 3D printer. We're going to be opening up the hatch. These are able to have UART communications with them, which I have no idea what the fuck that means. But from what I understand, I need to take one of these little bridges, and for every stepper, I need to place them. If we get a good little close look here, they don't focus at all. There's these green blocks. And then there's these black blocks. I need to cover the two green ones here that are in line with the last black block. Like... Please don't fuck this up. My hands are too big for this. Get on in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Just on that second to bottom row of the green pins, just like so. Now these boards are quite neat because you can also have these set up to have the BL touch sensor hooked up to them, but if you're like me, it's a fucking stupid thing to have, so you won't bother with that. Next, what you want to do is you want to take all of your controllers you want to peel off the sticky backing that is on the top of this, or bottom, depending on how you look at it, and carefully apply it to the face of your controller. Just like so. That'll do nicely. Now, after these have all been attached, you simply snap these into position in line with those pins. That's fairly straightforward to do though, and because I've got big hands and there's a little space to maneuver around inside the 3D printer bay, I'm actually going to stick those on last. So okay, so once you've got all of your sensors and that wired up again, it is time to do a test. You do the test now before putting the plate back on in case you made a mistake. So here we go. Oh, that's pretty fucking heinous, that beep. That's so quiet. Oh, please. Oh, it's silent. It's amazing. Okay, so now that's tested, time to box it all back up again. Just put in the same 3 screws back in the front cover. So slight fun problem. The plates fan, this bitch, hits the new heatsink. These bitches. So that now sits proud maybe 4 millimeters. So we're gonna print up a little plate. Alrighty, so this is the standard plate that is provided when you buy the circuit board and you follow all the links. I will just have a link in the description, so that's easy to find. Now, this is something, I'm gonna show you some 5-minute hack. The dog done? Now, usually what you would have to do is you would have to unplug this, place it, but I'm going to show you something that even 5-minute fucking hacks doesn't do. You just put it over the cord. Like that. Oh, how have I not run for president? Just like that. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? These holes don't line up. God fucking damn it. Okay, these screws gonna reach? The screws aren't gonna fucking reach now. Oh, that's heinous. That's gotta go. Right, and then this part down here, auxiliary 1, that is where you want to put your one end of your rainbow cable. Just plug that carefully onto that. Realistically, you only need to do 2 of these screws, you don't need all 4 of them. That's all I'm going to do, even though this is my design. I cannot be bothered. Just like that. It is once again time to remove the hatch. There's a fucking bug under my screen. Really, my dude? And hopefully just be able to feed it through the back. Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna let me, is it? Oh, you son of a bitch. Get that over and done with. The way that this one works is that this plate gets mounted here. And because of that, the standard factory screws should work perfectly. So the last step to do is to take your rainbow cable. Now this has got 8 pins. The original plug has got 10. So what you're going to do instead, what's that one called? So this one here, you're going to plug it into the auxiliary 1 port, which is hopefully focusing that one. And there's a little square that's been drawn on the bottom there. That is the side that this pin is going to line up with. So very, very carefully, line those up, push it on. And lastly, we're going to give her a test before closing it out, just to make sure everything works. That's positive. Tool, move, Z. Let's change that to 10mm. That's better. Y. Ooh. X. Nice. Back. I won't home it, but everything appears to be doing fine. Extrusion, temperature 17 degrees. I believe I need to do the temperature in that first, preheat. But I won't bother doing that because I actually have faith that this is all going to work, so I'm going to switch it off and then put it back together. Oh yeah. Good now. Oh, yes. Alright, so that wraps up the video. The SD card that is in the front of the display screen, that originally didn't work when I first plugged it in, but it was an easy fix. You just go into the settings and change that from USB to SD card. The second thing was that when you first set up the printer with the motherboard, the extruder wasn't set to silent, it was just normal. So you just change that in the settings as well. I originally got this printer because it was on the very trustable Facebook Marketplace, and somebody told me that it was mint condition and had no problems. Well, that was a fucking lie, because when I received it, you could click into the menu, you couldn't scroll through it, which then made this thing a glorified paperweight. And then, as well as that too, in his description, it said that it did really nice prints. When I first set it up with the new motherboard, the extruder head was so loose that it may as well have been having an epileptic fit. So, yeah, big fat fucking liar. Either way, very happy with how this has turned out now. Touchscreen, not something I needed, but I like it. I like how that works. The silent stepper motors, I've already ordered 2 more just after doing my test print on this earlier. Those 2 new boards will be going into my other Ender 3, and I have a CR10 and a CR10 S5. So I'm going to test it on the CR10 first, and if that works well, do the S5 as well. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions that I might be able to answer, please drop them below. If you have anything that you would like to see, like the goddamn BL Touch upgrade, let me know, and I will consider doing it. Not that I want to, but I will consider it. That's about all from me today. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.